proud to present the award to my friend, Pauline Parry.
Thank you. So I will start this. There was a British comedian called Max Bygraves who always began his monologue with, "Let me tell you a story." Today, I would very, very briefly like to tell you my story, as so many of you in this room are part of it. It all began when I first attended the special event. Breathe. I did not know anyone, and I came away with names like John Daly, Paula LeDuc, Andrea Michaels, Ray Thompson, Janet Elkins, Cheryl Fish, Joanne Roth, Steve Campbell, and David Tutera, to name a few. It was at this conference that I absolutely knew the event industry is where I wanted to make my mark. It was the first conference I also attended a gala award. I was completely in awe of the whole experience, and I knew right there and then I wanted to be an award winner. Many years later, I did achieve this goal, winning Best Corporate Event over $500,000. I actually shared this award with the Andrea Michaels of Extraordinary Events. Andrea, I never told anyone that detail. Anyway, that night, Andrea graciously whispered in my ear and said, I could not think of a better company to share this award with. I was stoked that she said that. David Tutera is here this evening. I need to tell my Tutera story. He was, and still is, an inspiration forward in our industry. And I recall this one particular year, he did win an award that he could not win for years. When he went on stage to accept it, he said he felt like Susan Lucci. His parents were in the audience, and I watched from afar. I could not help thinking how precious it was to achieve this status. David, you then disappeared and went to conquer the consumer. Actually, I had no idea why I've never been in my fair weddings. As you can gather, I was a regular at the special events conferences when Tim and Denise were owners, and Lisa Gardner was the editor of the special event magazine. I read every industry magazine cover to cover. It's just what I do, including the editor's column. Okay, I'm sorry if there's any editors in this room, but it was only Lisa Gardner column that captured my attention every month. I found her writing inspiring. She touched on subjects that incorporated life with work, and I loved every word she wrote. I tell you this because upon leaving the magazine, Lisa became a major part of Good Gracious. It was Lisa who did all her branding, marketing, and spread the word about us. She still does to this day. I believe everyone should have a Lisa in their business.
Aww, sweet.
Now, it was by chance that Catersaurus came into my life, and Mike Roman and Bernice. By chance, I say, as I was a second choice, a replacement to do a seminar on food to go. Remember those marble dome platters? Well, that's what I talked about. It was such a fascinating topic. Well, whatever I said, the audience liked it, and I was invited back, and have continually done so for about 18 years. Hey Mike, those were some fabulous, successful and fun times, would you not agree? Catersource now has another Pauline, who happens to be the CEO. I tell her all the time, you know I am Pauline number 1, and you are number 2. Well, in my world, that is the case. Anyway, it was during this years presenting at Catersource, my classic line would be, you need to find your local carpenter to help you with some of your needs. And the one time I happened to mention that I quite often had to sleep with mine to get what I wanted. I took a pause and then it went and said, well, he is my husband. I've been married to my local carpenter for 30 years. He is pretty special and handy, so I think I'll keep him around a few more years. This brings me to the Good Gracious team. First, there are the 3 M's, Marta, Mary, and Margarita, Vice President, Executive Chef, and Operations, have been with me since day 1. Joanne, our darling chef de cuisine, who is my daughter. And for 15 years, we have worked together, and every day has been so fabulous. Yes, she is following in my footsteps, but I am proud to say she is definitely making her own footprint. And I love that. Dan Smith is creating his own identity with event planning and design and shaking up such fabulous, great cocktails. Then there is Aaron, our other Brit, my nephew. Here to embrace the event world. He's a good lad, hoping to stay in the States forever.
Fingers crossed.
And Patrick, Desiree, and Michelle are rising stars. As you can see, I'm not alone in the work that I do. They are the team that make the Good Gracious magic happen. It was the year that I was nominated for the Spotlight Awards for Caterer of the Year in St. Louis. And I became aware of the ICA. Definitely Mark of Culinary Capers. You know that company that won that award for a little event they produced on the Great Wall of China? Well, Deb approached me and said, you know you're not going to win. And I said, why? Because you're not an ICA member, she said to me, handing me a glass of red wine. Anyway, as it happens, Deb, I did win. Needless to say, I did become a member of ICA, and Deb and Michael became great friends, and this was the first time that Jack Millans, the Tim Lundy, Linda West, Mary Crafts, Frank Paleo, Joy Wallace, Mara Ruff, and so many more came into my life. Absolutely loved the ICA. I cannot tell you, I could tell you fabulous story after story about ICA, but we do not have time. ISIS became a way of life when I was president in Los Angeles, and it was these times that David Merrill, Jeff Doblatt, Bob Estrin, Steve Hand, Richard Aaron, the list goes on, how each and every one of them helped share my work in life. And now here I am, President of Whipper. I love a wedding, and I thought I could be part of one more thing to bring our industry to a higher recognition. Anyway, here I am, surrounded by great wedding professionals, Marcy Bloom, Rebecca Burnels, Ali, Carrie Rosen, Teresa Huff, Tracy Moore, Cheryl Fish, Lena Malou, Richard Carbotti. Again, fabulous professionals who care and have the passion of what we do. Okay, I'm nearly finished. Much longer. Good gracious, we have a tagline that says, it's all about food, fun, and love. I love everything about creating the taste, the flavors, the gathering around the table, the presentation, and every essence of food. And as professionals, we all know I take at least 45% of anyone's catering budget. The fun is about watching everything come alive. The people, the lighting, the entertainment, the floral, the decor, and all the energy it brings. And the love. I look around this room, seeing the leaders who are part of the making of the industry and what it is today. I love observing our future stars that are here. I love this industry. I love having this award. And as my dad would say, I tell you what, I love you all. Thank you so much.